Hey guys, this week's video is dedicated to all our brothers and sisters in the land of Israel and all around the world. Purim is this Monday night, so enough said. If you haven't done so already, go to yjprochester.com, sign up, come celebrate. Going to be fantastic. There's a lot in the news these days about traveling. Whether, how the shutdown is impacting travel, the snowstorm last week, how it impacted travel, thousands of flights canceled. We know the ups and downs of travel. One of the big things that we know when we fly is the baggage restrictions, what we can take, what we can't take, how much we can take. Nowadays you have to pay even for carry-on. But I remember growing up, the biggest stress was overweight charges. Is our luggage gonna be within the right weight? Even nowadays, Kenai Nahara flying with a big family, that's the biggest, is it gonna be an overweight? Because then you have to make a decision, right? Do you open up your suitcase, take a few things out, leave them there? Do you pay the overweight charge? Seems a little arbitrary, the whole thing, right? The person in front of you and in back of you are 15 pounds underweight. Well, my 2 pounds over is gonna make the difference? And then what, if I pay the $40 extra, now the plane can take it easily? But obviously there's a profound message here, right? Because there's always a lesson. As we go through life, we have a suitcase ourselves. And it gets filled up, starting from when we're childhood on. All the different experiences, positive, negative, the simchas, the challenges, the things that are done, the things that are said, all of those things get put into our suitcase. And as we go through life, it starts getting heavier. And it gets to the point where now it's slowing us down. And we have to open it up. And we have to start examining, what am I schlepping around through life? Am I schlepping? Maybe it's time to let some things go. Not maybe, for sure. And you start examining the contents. And some things are easier to let go than others. But you might have come across something that's particularly difficult to let go. When you're holding a grudge, something negative happened, and you were justified in feeling wronged. That person really did something wrong to you. It's hard to let go of that grudge. That's why we call it holding a grudge. You hold on to it. No matter how much time passed, you might feel justified. But now you have to think, is it worth it? This week's Torah portion, Parshat Tetzaveh, it's very interesting. It's a Torah portion where Moshe's name is not mentioned once in the Torah, in this portion. Why? So the commentaries say, because after God gave the Torah, 40 days later, the Jews sin with the golden calf. They create an idol. And God is obviously very upset. And he wants to wipe out the Jewish people. I give you my most precious possession. I give you my Torah. And it says, do not make idols. And here you go. He wanted to wipe out the Jewish people and start a new nation from Moshe. And Moshe took a stand for the Jewish people and said, God, if you do that, then take me out of your book. Take me out of the Torah. I don't want any part in it. And even though God ultimately forgave the Jewish people, when a tzaddik, when a righteous person says something, it has to be fulfilled in some measure. So that's why there's one Torah portion where Moshe's name is not mentioned. But for a second, let's focus on what God did. God forgave the Jewish people. Why? He had every right to be so upset. He could have created a new nation in an instant. He could have created one that would never serve idols. But that's not what God wanted. He knew what he was getting into with us. Free choice has both sides. Free choice is what gives us the ability to transform this world in a way that nothing else can. But the flip side of that is the possibility and probability that we're going to make mistakes. We're going to mess up. And that's why God forgave us. The greatest thing that we can do is when we're examining our luggage and we come across negative feelings, even if they were justified, is to forgive, is to let go. It's not easy, but it's the greatest thing, to lighten the load. Because we have to really think about, is this helping me get to my destination or is it holding me back? And I was talking to somebody last week, greater than forgiveness for somebody else is really compassion and forgiveness for ourselves. So many times, the stuff in our baggage, in our suitcase that's weighing us down, are negative feelings that we have about ourselves, expectations that were unmet, etc. Hashem is telling us, you have amazing potential and capabilities. Yes, you make mistakes. Yes, you have experiences, but forgive, compassion, time to let it go, lighten the load so that you can move quickly towards the destination of bringing Mashiach. Shabbat Shalom.